Uncut. Listen, it's smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut, it's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut, it's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. Yeah. It's smoking mirrors. Raw and uncut, it's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. You know you hear us. Listen, smoking mirrors be the station. Them boys uncut raw, no hesitation. Just tune in, the vibes are so amazing. It's all real talk here, that's word to Jason. Shout out to J Lee, them boys on a mission. Gunning for the #1 spot, pay attention. Knocking out the competition, Sonny listen. In Detroit, serving game like a piston. Shot clock, jump shot, all net with a feeling. The squad set it off, cause a ride in the building. Syndicates to bed, this ain't suited for the children. And talking cheap when they speak, you see millions. Turn it up one time. If you looking for smoke, then pull it up online. It's right there. Look in the mirror first glance, it's quite clear. That B-more got them scared like a nightmare. They blowing smoke to any city, take a flight there. And guaranteed to ring bells like a bike fair. Then Debo the whole set, they don't fight fair. Cause smoking mirrors gaining buzz like a light, yeah. You know? Raw and uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Smoking mirrors, raw and uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Yeah, it's smoking mirrors, raw and uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. You know you hear us.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? It's
What's
your boy
good?
Jay Lee. Welcome to Smoking Mirrors Uncut. We got my other co-host Detroit.
What up, though?
We got Be More laughing. I don't know why.
Yo, y'all did not see Stiz's name, bro. Wow.
Yo,
Lord be on this thought, yo.
and since you mentioned
bro, I'm just
Stizzle, aka Deep Thought, we're gonna touch on the deep thoughts later. We're gonna touch on them.
Yeah, appreciate it.
He's here. He's here in full effect.
Thank you.
How y'all feeling? It's been a while since we've been on. So how was y'all Thanksgiving? Everybody enjoyed the Thanksgiving?
I worked, so
celebrate
it's
Thanksgiving,
another
bro.
day
What
for
you
me.
talking about?
Yeah, it's a regular day with me.
It's another
Y'all
day
didn't-
for me.
y'all
I work.
You didn't chill with the family? No, nothing? Like, what?
I chill with the family all the time. Ain't no
Okay.
different.
So it was just a regular day.
A regular day, man.
All right. Ain't mad at y'all.
Regular day.
That's for sure. Well, speaking of family,
I went home.
you went home? What's home?
Yeah, I went back to B-more. B-more, come
Okay.
on, man. What we talking about?
Hey, everybody
Yeah.
don't know. That's why I asked. You
Yes,
know, what's
they
home?
do. See that?
People don't know.
there, and then you
People
see.
don't know.
Yeah, they know.
But speaking of family, we never actually had touched bases on this, but what was like a couple months ago, me and Detroit both had the same incident happen with both our baby girls where they both got in car accidents the same day, bro.
Yeah. Same day.
Totaled their cars. Like, I mean, we're blessed that
Yeah.
they didn't lose their lives, but
Right.
it's, you gotta definitely appreciate having your family here, because life is short. Life is short.
True.
We could be easily be in mourning right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But our baby girls are still here and they still breathe. They still been our little girls, but that was a day that I won't forget because I was at work when it went down, you know what I mean? So when I got that phone call, it was like, you know what I mean? Like your heart stops. So,
Oh yeah.
she was good. And then when I found out about you, I was like, oh snap, like what?
Yeah. What's the odds? Same
Yeah,
day.
like,
What's
what?
the odds?
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
And I was at work.
That was
and she
uncanny.
called- Yeah. It's
Yeah, that was
ridiculous.
crazy.
And
That
I
was
was at work, and my daughters called me screaming and yelling, and I'm just like, oh my God, just calm down. Let me know what's going on. I'm gonna
Right.
be there. So
Yeah.
I left work, shot over there, and like I said, we blessed. We blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot
thanks
of
to the Most
people-
High.
Definitely.
Both of the baby girls are good.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why that time I put the PSAs I put on our Instagram, I'm bringing them back. But the one time when I mentioned that the people that you love, the people that support you, you let them know day by day that you love them, because they can be taken away or you could be gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you let the people that you know in your lives that you love them, you appreciate them. So
Yeah, definitely.
that's why I think
Definitely.
you brought up Thanksgiving. I'm like, yo, every day for me is Thanksgiving. Every day for me is
Hmm.
Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I basically put all those days as a normal day for me. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I have minds. I know who love me. I know who support me, and I just treat it as a normal day. That's just
Okay.
me. But
Right. Yeah, I feel you.
no, that's
I
just
feel you. I don't normally eat that much, but I mean, y'all fat, so I don't know.
I don't eat. I don't
I eat
eat
a lot of things. Oh yeah, I forgot. You only eat berries and fruits and stuff like
I
that.
ain't
berries and
So
fat.
fruits
yeah,
and
I'm
kale.
comfortable. I ain't fat. I'm comfortable.
he said you comfortable.
I'm
Oh, I heard
comfortable.
that for sure. Definitely, definitely. So what's y'all thoughts on the school shooting situations? Do y'all feel as though now I did see this that they said United States has the most school shootings out of any country. Um, how y'all feel about that? As far as like, do you feel as though do you feel safe sending your kids to schools anymore, or are you kind of leery now after hearing all this? How about you, B more? Is it affecting you in any way?
I don't know. I don't. No, I don't think so. I'm not
Nah.
really worried about. I mean, yeah, I'm not really giving it a second thought. What am I going to do? Stop sending my kid to school? Like
Right.
that ain't really what I'm about to do. And there's nothing I can do to. There's nothing anybody can do really.
Right.
As far as parents, let me not say that. But on a large scale, what can I do to help somebody else's kid mentally not to come to school and shoot it up? That's
Mm,
mostly what I'm talking about. I'm
right.
pretty sure there are other things that I could do, but it's really on a person and in their mind whether they're going to go and shoot up a school or not. And how do you stop that
Right.
outside of raising
Right.
your kids the right way?
Right. Um, Detroit. Also, Josh said you getting a bit thick. Just to let you know
Yes,
that.
yeah, I seen that. That boy
Yeah.
crazy, yo. This is coming from the guy that was walking around today with a turkey head on his head. You know what I mean, like a stuffed animal turkey on his head today. That dude, man, I tell you, never a
uh,
dull moment with that guy, man. Never a
but
dull moment.
how do you feel about it, Detroit, as far as the school shootings? Like, now, did y'all see the video where they knocked on the kid's door? They knocked on his door.
No, I heard about the video. Someone told me about the video today about it, where he knocked on the door. I guess it was a video from inside the classroom, right?
Inside the classroom. Yeah.
Yeah. So from what I was told, he knocked on the door and he said that he was the sheriff's department.
Yep.
He knocked on it a
Yep.
couple of times, and the kids were responding like, "No, I'm not comfortable opening the door." But he kept
Right.
responding. He kept saying like, "No, open the door." It's the sheriff's department. Then he finally snapped and he, dropped the F bomb, opened the effing door,
Mm-hmm.
and they figure out like, oh, this is the kid trying to get in to do more
Yeah.
shooting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's tragic that this happens so much in our country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm like B more, man. Like you can't constantly live. You can't live in fear. You just can't do it. I'm not going
Right.
to just homeschool my children. I want them to experience being in school, getting educated in school. But I would love the schools to be more secure. Now, from what I heard, that school didn't have metal detectors at all.
Mm.
So this kid was basically able to get his father's gun and go to school and did what he did. So
Wow.
if the schools are more protected, I mean, yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing, protecting our children. So how about
Right.
fortify protecting schools like you're supposed to, spend money the right way like we're supposed to in our communities, and protect our children like we're supposed to. So,
Right. Right.
but it's tragic.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Tragic.
didn't
It's
even
almost
know
like
about it.
almost like
So
everything. Yeah.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
y'all talking about really. But I
Oh.
did hear. Well, yeah, I didn't know. Tracy just mentioned it to me like there was another one. So, but I don't know anything about it.
Right.
So,
Okay. What's your thoughts on it, D Stizzle? You know, anything that you feel like should happen to kind of curb this situation?
To be honest, I think it's kind of far fetched, but I believe the state should give families a little bit more of a financial stimulus so that these some of the parents can teach their children at home. I mean, you got the government giving giving people, family members and friends to take care of the elderly. I think we can have some of these parents or some of these siblings that don't have a job to tutor and teach at home, get that homeschooling. I
Well,
mean, the state of New Jersey do allow.
but do we know who wants to do that though? You know, what I mean, some parents or some people in your family are not in tune or educated or even have the time to do that. So that's why you might want to send your kid to a secure, fortified, or safe environment to learn.
Well, personally, I ain't gonna lie to you. On some real stuff, I didn't learn nothing in school. I didn't learn until I got
But
into college.
that might be you though. That's not for everybody. You know what I mean?
So I'm not saying
everyone learns differently.
I'm just saying I have automatically a bias against it because of my background. Not saying that no one should do what I'm doing or should think like I think. I'm just offering an opinion on my side because of and giving you a little backdrop of why I feel the way I feel and why I try to go towards more homeschooling. You know, more. I just don't think that right now, the way everything's going around this world, you got the pandemic, you got this, you got that, you got kids shooting, it's starting all over again. I mean, it's to me, it's look like it's going to end up happening anyway. Is either that or private schools?
I mean, trust me. I mean, kids are not learning at home. They're not learning at home. You're not.
I think we saw
They're
that
not
with the
learning
pandemic.
much. Yeah,
It was
I
hard.
mean, if we're talking about the pandemic, we're bringing that in there. As far as homeschooling, kids were at home. They were online on computers. Kids weren't learning. So when they went back to school this year, when they went back to school, you could tell that kids were behind. Teachers were actually stating either online, stating on news programs, stating that our district school meetings that kids are behind because they had the opportunities to be in school to get the one-on-one tutoring, the tutoring from the talking to other kids, the being involved with other kids in the group setting to get work done and to learn. So
is that what you were? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is that what you were talking about still, or were you talking about like actual home schooling? You weren't talking about like at home learning like on a computer from school, right?
No.
What were you talking about?
But actually learning from home.
So you
Yeah,
saying,
so that's different. I think that's different. So
but it's the same. I mean, what I'm saying is it is
it's
different.
not because
It is different. It is different. But kids need to be around kids. Kids need to be around an environment where they are constantly learning. If my cousin was homeschooled and he was well behind, even though his mother was a teacher, he was still behind.
Mm-hmm.
He was behind on his development. He was behind on his learning development. So once he got into the public schools, he was behind, and then finally he was able to catch up. I know every kid is different.
Yeah.
Not every kid is the same.
I was about to say all that is different in the environment and everything, right? First of all, what's the curriculum at home? Who's teaching them, and what actually are you having them do outside of just teaching them at home school? Now, I get what you're saying, and I think that's really an opinion, right? Because you could probably point to some homes, and you could probably point to some kids that were homeschooled that really did amazingly. You know what I'm saying? I think he was just saying it's an option, but I don't know if it's really like if you want to. I think it should be like options are better than not having options. But ultimately,
you do have an option. You do have that option to keep your kid home, though,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Well, he was saying with actually getting it funded, but and I think it might be, if I'm not mistaken, it might be to some degree. But I think ultimately, if we like, even though we feel like it's a problem, well, it is a problem, right? But what are we talking about? On what scale? Like a day-to-day basis, year-to-year basis, how much is this happening? Is it a real threat, or is it just something, a scare, whereas though we don't want it to happen at all? Like, I get it, but the world we live in, you're going to have, it's just going to be things that will happen to people regardless and you can't guard against all of it. You know, even if you stay in your house 24/7, that doesn't guarantee that somebody won't eventually break into your house and violate you some kind of way. So those are just hazards of living in this world, which is unfortunate, but I don't think it's a wide scale problem that we really need to like, we got to buckle down everything everywhere and lock it, you know? So that's just me.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, for me, just if you're going to allow your kids to go to school, just make the schools a lot safer for the kids that are at the school. That school didn't have metal detectors or anything, so it was an easy target. You know what I mean? An easy target for someone to go in and do what he did.
Right.
And for him to live, that's another question for another time. But just saying.
Whew. Yeah, he walked about it there easily.
Yeah.
But I'll go back to the comments. Miss Reed said, "Teach your kids if they hear stuff or see stuff online, take it seriously and tell an adult." Very true. We do definitely need to train our kids.
Now, I tell you what, from that statement, from what I was told, that there were kids in that school that told the administrators in the school. And the administrators in the school told the parents about how their kid was acting days prior to this happening.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
See?
Now, are we charged? Is it time to hold the parents responsible too? Because,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Even the school district, if they knew, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
take it serious.
Are we taking it serious or not?
Yeah. But see, I think it's one of those things, right? Sometimes you hear a lot of stuff. For instance, right? And, this is off topic, but I'm trying to like bring it into the same issue. Like when somebody goes missing, they have basically a rule that if they're an adult, they're not even considered. They won't do anything until like 24 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
Right,
And it's like you're wasting time. But the reason they do that because they don't have the sources and whatever to just go on it right away. But it's like, man, if you took this serious, but if they take everyone serious, then, it's so much. So I think that's what happens. Like, we get so in tune with, all right, this person has a problem here, that person has a problem there. I don't really think it's a problem. I ain't taking this one serious. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, shoot, that one was serious. Like, we missed that. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nowadays, you just have to. You can't take chances on, it might not be that serious. You just can't do it.
Right. Now, Josh Green says schools should be made a harder target, metal detectors and armed security. I mean, I kind of agree with that. I feel like, preventative maintenance. Preventative, Why not? I don't see nothing wrong. But
more jobs, too.
It's more jobs, but also with these security officers, they need to be held to a higher standard, too, because you hear about these security officers killing kids and taking that authority a little too far, too. So they need to go do some serious training as far as, especially with certain type of kids where they haven't been around.
Agreed.
Yeah, they need to understand.
But
like,
with that you mean said, sorry, I mean to interrupt you, Jay Lee.
No, you.
But with that being said, what Brother Josh Green said, metal detectors, more security, this and that. Like, growing up in high school, obviously our time was a whole different scenario. We had a little security here and there. It is what it is, but we ain't had no one coming in with no semi-automatic weapons either.
No.
But the same aspect, it's like, only time we seen that, we went going to the clubs. But we went to the clubs, we was 21 and above.
Mm-hmm.
If we need metal detectors and armed security at a school, there's a problem.
There is a problem.
There's a problem before you even. There's a problem before you even need to go to school. Why would you send your child your seed, your essence
Right.
into a building that needs metal detectors and armed security.
Right.
Because that's the world we live in now.
Yes.
It's more the world is probably more violent now than any time, as far as I know. You know what I'm saying? As far as my lifetime concerned. So yeah, we need that stuff. We need to upgrade. We can't live in the past. It's just like sometimes y'all get on me about my music, right? Like, yo, Detroit, you need to update your music, man. Like live a little bit. But sometimes, I'm not even gonna talk about the littles, the youngs, and everybody else. But anyway,
Bro.
But now you have to
the little babies,
the babies and all them, right? But we have to update with the times. Times are different. The way kids are raised are different. The way they have their phones in their hands, the social media, everything is different than what we grew up.
Different.
But I got a question for y'all, brothers. Who's really responsible for our children's education?
Ultimately, we are.
Thank you.
Ultimately, we are.
So why we keep trying to force the concept of forcing our kids into this institutional building or structure and lives?
So what would you do, Stiz? What's your plan then? If you're,
I mentioned it early.
What's your plan? Your plan is
in the state of New Jersey, you are allowed to, homeschool. You are allowed. So if you have a parent or you have a sibling that has that time.
So you're just saying have the option of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because right now, because why send them and this is what you're worrying about? You constantly, how can you really go to work and be like, you know what, I'm good because I just sent my child to a school that need metal detectors and armed security?
I don't know. That's been happening for years. I mean,
but think about it.
But that does not make it. That does not make it right just because it's the norm.
I'm not saying that, but what you're saying, right? And I'm not saying that you're wrong. Like everybody has their own thing about it, but like cities have dealt with that for years, and so many kids make it out. Like it's just something that they do to make it. It's like an extra precaution to make sure people are safe. Like you mentioned the club, like it's not like automatic that when you go to the club somebody's going to come in with a gun, but that extra precaution is there to make sure nobody does, which is a little different than saying, hey, it's going to happen. When you're like, if you knew every time you went to the club somebody was going to get in there with a gun and shoot somebody, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't go. It's a little different, you know what I mean?
But as that same aspect, at that point you're an adult, you got a choice to go to that club. Right now, you got a lot of individuals, a lot of parents that believe they don't have a choice. I have to send my child to this school, and that's not actually true. They don't have to. A lot of parents do not realize that they don't have to send, depending on your state, have to send their kid to this school, or they can actually bus their children to another school. They just got to pay taxes for it.
So Ms. Camp said, how do you go to work and homeschool your child at the same time, especially if you're a single parent household? Still, how you feel about that?
It depends on what's more important to you, your paycheck or your child.
Woo! That's a tough decision, bro. I got bills to pay. Tough decision. My child gonna be on the my child gonna be on the street.
It's not a tough decision. You already made your decision.
Hey,
it's not a tough.
You're right.
You already made the decision. It's not a tough decision.
You know what, son? Daddy loves you. I know we sleeping in the car right now, but what you got? Let's do our math homework real quick. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's not complicated. It's not. Look, I am not saying it's wrong to send your kids to school. I'm just saying that there is an option.
Right.
We're worried about what the shootings. They're worried about this and that. Well, if your kids are not going to that school, you don't have that to worry about.
Right. Yeah.
So it's whatever whoever that individual is, whatever their priority is, whatever their choice is, then go with it. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I say kudos to the parents that actually do, but I know I ain't built for that, bro. not built for sitting at home and
Now, Brother Jordan,
going
I
over
read
the
the
books.
question. No, both parents don't need to work. Y'all choose to work to give that lifestyle that you want. That's not you don't need to work. You choose to work.
Yeah, it's all about
It comes
choices,
down to
right?
choice. We all come down to choices that we
what
make.
you want to say, Baltimore? What you want to say?
I'm sorry,
I know
B.
you want to
I didn't mean
say
cut you
something.
off.
No, he's right. I mean,
He said you
technically, he's
gangster.
right. It is a
I mean,
choice.
he is right. Yes, technically he's right.
He's right. It's a choice. But I mean, what is that choice though? You know what I mean? I don't think that's like. I just don't think that's a hard one.
And
You know what I
it's
mean?
fine.
It
I
ain't
don't
think
about
most people
being
will
built
make that
for
And
it.
that,
It's
and
just
that
like,
and that is fine. But at that same aspect, we can't sit there and argue and fuss about when we go with the system and the system fails. Because it's a system.
Yo, remember this school? I'm talking about this school. This school didn't have any security measures in that school.
Exactly. But
There's plenty of schools that have security measures in their schools. Like for my children's schools, both of their schools, I feel safe. I'm good with that.
And have you had any shootings at your school? At your children's school?
No.
Exactly. But these children had a shooting at their school, and they knew about shootings at other schools, and they did not have the protection. Yet their parents still chose to send their kids to that school without protection.
Yeah, that's
How's it
them.
on the school? That's on the parents.
Right.
That comes back
on the
down to
parents.
the parents.
Yeah, it could be both. Yeah, it could be both.
Well, I guess
There you
he's saying like if the parents. I mean, you go to these PTA meetings. These are things that should
Right,
be brought up in
right.
these
You should
meetings,
bring
like,
those
hey,
issues up. Yeah.
we need more
Yeah.
security. Well, hopefully after this, a lot more schools do bring this
But
up.
that's not necessarily on the parents. I mean, that don't make sense
it's
because you
almost
can
like-
you can holler from the rooftops, and that don't mean that they're gonna do what you tell them to do.
Well, it's about funding
that
too. It's about what the school can afford and what the state gives them, federal government gives them,
And what they spend it on. That's why it goes back to what we talked about voting, who you got in charge. Those decisions really, what I
Right.
mean, affect you more than just the presidency of voting. So, I mean, but
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we all know times are changing. Just like back in the day, people wasn't putting cameras on their houses. Now everybody got a camera on their house. So it's about being smart, protecting yourself at the end of the day, and hopefully these schools start doing that to protect our children. If not, raise hell at these meetings.
Yeah.
shoot, when I first came to South Jersey, it was so foreign to me to find out that people like left their car doors unlocked and their house doors unlocked. I was like, what? I was like,
no
y'all
more.
bugging.
Not no
Y'all
more.
bugging. No rain.
Time out.
Nah.
Hold on.
Nah.
There's a excuse on that. I grew up in an apartment complex. We left doors unlocked because we didn't want our windows broke.
You just rather them just rummage through it.
These rooms ain't got nothing in there.
Don't
we don't
break
leave
my
nothing in there.
Yeah.
But we rather you go ahead and try to get up in there. You're gonna get a factory radio.
Well, yo, it's funny you say that because I know people that actually leave their houses unlocked because they say they rather them not break their door down, and I'm like, I'm still locking my door, bro. They're gonna have to break that door.
We did lock our doors. Now I ain't gonna lie, we did lock our doors.
Yeah.
But for the cars,
that's-
what was the point? They're like,
Yeah.
I'd rather you do that than you break my window. I got to pay for the window.
I mean, I feel you, but I think it kind of matters depending on where you at, right? Like if you know you got a lot of home invasions in your area, like because I know sometimes as a kid you'd have people that just go by and check doors. If the door is locked, they'd leave the car alone. If the door is unlocked, they'll go through it.
Yeah.
So it will deter people to some extent. Now, obviously, you'll have people that like it don't matter. I'm going in.
You and them projects, and they need that fix, and they think you got some change in that thing, in that ashtray, they going in that vehicle. Alarm or no alarm, door locked or no lock.
Miss Camp says schools with a lot of parental involvement get the funding and things they need, especially in this city. I believe that 100%. When you got those parents heavily involved in those schools and they go to the meetings and they speak up, a lot of things get, just like B-More said with voting, you have to participate. If you don't participate, you can't complain.
Can't complain.
True.
You can't complain.
Can't complain.
A lot of people are in office right now because we never voted we didn't vote for him. We didn't vote for anybody. You know, you know. But now we complaining about who's in office. You know.
Yep.
You gotta get on the superintendents too.
And like B-Roy brought it up. He said, "Hey man, it doesn't matter who is in the White House. It doesn't matter who's in the Senate. Who cares? Who you should care about is your assemblyman, the people you can actually reach out and touch. Those are the people that are important. The superintendents of your schools,
those two,
the local government. Those are people that are important. Those are people that shape your community. So if you want stuff done within your community, you can't go to the White House and send a letter. That's not going to work. I'm sorry, that's not going to work.
But you
better go to your city hall and find some figure some things out.
You can touch on that congressman though. You can touch on him real closely. You know.
Oh, yeah. So, well, if he's around, he or she.
He or she around for sure.
Well, actually, you know what? Honestly, like a lot of people don't know, but all that stuff is on the internet. Like they have your township or whatever you want to call it, depending on where you at. Right? They have meetings, and you're allowed to have meetings. Anybody that's in that community, like they have. Yeah, every so often. Now, it did change a little bit with COVID, so it might be a little different now, but I'm pretty sure they opened back up. So even actually I don't know how much the governor's there. I ain't never been to one, but they have one that's supposed to have, like, I think, all your Senate people or whatever, but that's up in Trenton, I believe. But, yeah, they have meetings every so often.
Okay.
Wow.
That you can actually attend and talk to them. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Okay. So we're gonna switch up gears a little bit. We brought Stizzle on because he has a new episodes he's putting out called Deep Thought. Deep Thought. I should call him Dr. Deep Thought.
I gotta check that out.
Mr. Sir Dr. Deep Thought. Esquire.
Thank you for the love, brothers. Thank you.
Yo, y'all have to reach out and watch his videos. He speaks his mind, as still always does. You know, he always speaks his mind, and that's why we love him. You know, we definitely love him.
Love y'all too, brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
Love y'all three kings. Y'all gave him the courage to do it.
Yes. So
you got. I'm sorry, Jay, but you can find his stuff right here on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and follow him on Facebook. You'll get his videos. You'll see his first 2 entries. They're supposed to be serious, but it's some comedy in there, man.
Yo, comedy.
There's some comedy in there. So, go check him out, man.
Yeah, he is gonna start putting them on YouTube eventually too, so y'all can catch him on there too.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Yeah, but we're gonna touch on some of his topics, especially since B-More hasn't watched any of them yet.
I didn't get a chance to watch none yet, but I will get to it. I'm gonna get to it still.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know you will, brother.
I'm gonna touch on one of the topics for you, B-More, and y'all can chime in. So he says, mention X during sex. Whose is it? Now, Deep Thought. Tell B-More and the rest of the audience that wasn't privileged to hear why people shouldn't ask.
All right, I should clarify it because I did talk to brother Jay Lee, and he was like, you know, some females like to hear that sound. Let me clarify that a little bit more.
Okay.
No, you should not ask open-ended questions doing that. You should not ask no type of questions. If you need to ask that chick, you know, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? Or this mine? Or blah, blah, blah. It's not, what's the point? You're not doing it right. That female you should automatically know by her response, by her reactions, what she's doing. Now, if you want to talk dirty to her, you sit there and tell her what you want and what you're going to do. But you don't ask no questions. You don't need no confirmation of what you're doing. Just do it. It is what it is.
Nike,
why would you ask questions?
I don't mean to cut you off, but we're not sponsored by Nike, so you can't say just do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us to get fined. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of still low budget. We're getting our money up, but
just continue your stroke.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. You know, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Continue doing what you're doing, and you should be fine. If you should be analyzing that partner that you with. You should be able to know by their reactions, her sounds, however they're reacting to you, that you already know. Now, if you want to talk grimy to her, talk grimy, talk sexual, but you don't have to ask that question because there's no need to ask a question that you already know the answer to.
So you say you putting in that work? Ain't no.
If you sitting there like, yeah, I'm tearing this up. I'm going to tear you up. I'm going to turn over, do this, do that. I'm going to That's a different talking. But if you sitting there saying, yeah, baby, is this pipe good to you? Am I stroking it right? I'm the best stroke you ever had? No, man. Why you asking that? Leave that shit alone, man.
Because he want to know.
Well, you need to know. You need to go ahead and conversation outside of sex. At that point, you're in the middle of sex and you're curious if you got the best stroke. Then what the heck? Why are you in it and you don't know what the hell you got? Do what you do. Get in there. Manipulate that.
I think
goddess
it's not cookie cutter.
The way you need it to be.
It's not cookie cutter, man. People do what they want.
Oh yeah, I mean that's me. That's me. Y'all can continue to do it, but I'm just saying you want some more dominance over that female. Don't be asking no questions because you be a lot of females out there. You got a lot of females out there like, I wish this dude would shut up because I'm trying to get this nut. I'm trying to get this nut, and this mug is asking me fucking questions and want me to answer.
He all in my ear.
Yeah, shut up and let me concentrate. Nah, that ain't gonna. I'm worried about your response. I'm gonna go ahead and get mine. I'm gonna get yours.
You gonna get it?
And I'm gonna get it. And I know I'm gonna get it. That's my purpose.
Miss Kent said. She means we're just going to tell you what you want to hear, ego stroke. And that's true. We did say that. Deep thought. We was like, I mean, they're going to, whether it's true or not, they're going to say what you want to hear. But,
it's pointless.
But.
Not necessarily, man.
Nah, devil's advocate.
It's not cookie cutter, bro. It's not.
Now, Miss Reed said that's more of a man's ego than it is him making sure he's doing it right for her. But I will say, women do the same thing. Women maybe not. Too. Yeah. Women will do the same thing.
So, like, what are we talking about?
It's not just men. Yeah,
women will too.
Men, they throwing it back at you. They ask you questions too. So it's. I think it's more
like somebody be like, "How that feel?"
They do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that feels
oh yeah. Oh, they ask you questions, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't they ask questions? Man, you ask questions.
Hey, be more they do. I don't know.
You get one of them unattractive. You get one of them unattractive chicks that you got out of the bar that you on the last call the lights came on. And you trying to get yours, and she trying to talk. You already got whiskey, Wood. You trying to concentrate to get it, and she up there talking about, yeah, this good to you. You like it?
One thing is, why is she talking?
Yeah, hush it.
You saying she should be quiet, huh?
Not quiet, but something else should be coming.
Don't ask me no questions.
you should be asking questions.
Just be grateful you got this right here.
Let's get worked over. You should be asking any questions. It should be.
My God.
You know what I mean? But hey, that's just me. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna be politically correct on this one, but Mr. Green said you ate that thing like a special person on bath salts, and she'll love you for a long time. I mean, yeah, you go ham, yeah. You know what he's doing. You know what he's doing. But I see B More doesn't agree with you on this one. But I
love my brother B More. I never loved my brother B More, and I respect that decision.
Oh no! But
that decision.
Me and you both talked about this, and I told you some people just like to talk and have fun and make it more exciting. It's kinky and stuff like that.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. It ain't got nothing to do with
it. Don't have to be.
But you can talk without asking questions. You can ask no questions. I'm gonna tear this ass up. You know, come here. Don't you run. Don't you run.
Deep thought. Are you asking this? So you're not asking this question then?
I'm not asking no questions.
When's the last time you asked this question though?
What's that?
The question that's being presented right here.
When I asked that question, I was about 22 years old.
So now it's like you're not. It's whatever. I'm not asking that.
I'm not asking that question. I'm a grown ass
put-
man. I got what I got. I'm gonna give you all that God gave me, and I'm gonna give you some extra. And I'm gonna tell you what I want, and I'm gonna tell you how I want it, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
So with the win we're saying, so you're not saying it's for, like, you wouldn't even ask that to help with the foreplay or the momentum or whatever.
Yeah,
That question's not even gonna come to mind.
No need to ask no. You can talk seductively without asking questions. You
All
don't
right,
need
so
an open-ended question
This is my
to
question for you,
make
though.
it erotic.
What if you, all right, so a woman's pleasuring you, and she asks you a question. She asks you a question like, who's the best, daddy? Who's the best? What you gonna say?
I'm gonna turn her over, and I'm gonna stroke it harder. So
You ain't
I
gonna-
get
you-
that whole question out of the mind. Like, no, we don't answer no question. This is not what we're here. This is not a Q&A. This
So you
is
just-
about
You gonna leave her on red?
you don't have to think what you want to think.
Oh
Because
my
she's gonna
God.
either believe it or she's not gonna believe it. I'm not answering no questions. Just like I don't expect her to ask no questions. Because I'm not gonna ask you none. So if I'm not gonna ask you no questions, don't come to me and ask me no questions. Because you might get disappointed by my answer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna avoid that all the way.
All right. So I'm gonna address something else that you said. I thought it was
Sure.
hilarious, and I want to know why you said this. You said that love movies are sci-fi.
Yo, I laughed at that too. I texted him. I was like, bro, I'm in tears right now. Looking at
I
this
was
right
laughing too. He was like, they're
I'm
sci-fi.
now. I'm in tears
Yo.
looking at this right now.
Think about it. I mean, let's keep it real. Honestly, what the love novels are under fiction.
Mhm.
I'm not far off from sci-fi, isn't it? Isn't sci-fi fiction?
Science fiction. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What did I say wrong? I'm using their words
So,
to give it back to them for what it is
so-
because it's fiction.
So you feel
That
as
is
though like
sci-fi. Ain't no truth in that.
ain't no truth in those love movies. Ain't no
Hell
truth
no,
in
man.
that.
No, all they are programmed thoughts of these poor young ladies from preteens to teens to women, and in their head, oh, this is what love is. This is what life is. This is how it's supposed to be. Nah, that is sci-fi.
Really?
That is sci-fi.
So you don't feel as though that you don't believe in happily ever after, basically. You don't believe in that.
Yeah, happily ever after. Yes, I do believe in that.
Well, that's what a lot of them type of love
No.
movies are about.
You're happy from the door.
Okay.
If you're not happy from the door, you're not going to be happy at the end. If you're upset
end
and
of what?
emotional from the door, you're going to be upset and emotional at the end. If you're happy at the beginning, you're going to be happy at the end.
At the end of what?
Whatever they say, happily ever after.
Hmm.
You're going to be constantly happy.
Okay.
But you can't sit. That's not that whole Cinderella bullshit. You ain't gonna be scrubbing floors and miserable, and still be miserable. You still on floor. Then you find this prince, and you think you're not gonna be still miserable. No, you was miserable from the beginning. You got to find your pleasure while you scrubbing them damn floors. If you find your happiness while you scrubbing them floors, and that prince come, if he came, you're gonna be happy then. You're gonna be happier. But come on, man. You
Right.
can't. That's your
So
situation.
there's no- There's no crossover from misery or unhappiness in your
Yeah.
situation.
Yes, but it's
Now,
not
you
coming
can be
from
happy in
outside.
yourself.
It's not coming from
So
outside.
you saying you can't get happiness from somebody that you're with?
You can get happier if you're already happy, but you can't. No one else is going to make you happy.
Well,
So you said they can add to
I
your
disagree.
happiness.
Exactly.
okay. I think there's a difference. Like, I get what you're saying, but there's a complete difference between you being happy with your life in general or being happy with someone. I think those are two different things. But
If you're happy, you happy, bro. There's your life.
okay, but I'm a happy person. Okay,
Yes.
okay, I'm a happy
And there
person.
you go.
Does
You're a
that
prime
mean that-
example.
Hold on. Does that mean that I can't do what somebody else did?
No, you can be happier with what someone else did.
No. That's not what I said. I'm a happy person. Happy, period. Does that mean that if somebody does something that I don't like, I'm be happy that they did that?
It shouldn't affect you because you're a happy person.
So nothing outside. So nothing affects you.
I'm not saying that. I'm not
So
saying
what are you
that.
saying then? You're saying that okay? You're basically saying if I'm happy, nothing should affect me, and that's not. It's not real. That's not real life, man. That's not true.
What I'm saying is,
simply
I
because
didn't
I'm a
say-
happy
I don't know
person.
what I'm-
Simply
what I'm
because
sa-
simply because I'm a happy person doesn't mean that things won't affect me.
It's
That
your
don't make
reaction.
sense.
It's your reaction to what's affecting you. That's what makes you where you perform.
But that's
your
not what you said. That's not what we're talking about. You saying that it shouldn't affect you. Things
It
still affect
shouldn't.
you. My whole
I didn't
point.
say I haven't made. I'm not saying that I made it to that full level yet, but I do believe that I do believe it exists. That what another person does should not affect your own happiness. That's what they did. That's not what you did.
But that's not what you were saying. That's why I'm like,
What
you
did
say?
I
It shouldn't
say?
affect your happiness.
It
You
shouldn't.
said if you're happy, what somebody else does shouldn't affect you.
No.
That's not life, bro.
I'm not saying that. No.
That's
I
why I said
apologize.
you're saying something
Let me
different
clarify.
now. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's still what I'm saying, but let me clarify. Maybe our words are not in agreement with each other.
Obviously.
What I'm saying is that if you are truly happy amongst yourself, with yourself, all about your total self, there is nothing that anyone else can say, do, or even your environment you're placed in that's going to deter you from that happiness. Now,
I agree.
if someone does something that irritates you, you might take notice, but that don't mean it has to take away from your happiness. If someone does something
that's a
that
completely
you
different
notice that
thing,
was
and I agree
good,
with that.
that's going to enhance your happiness. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, I agree with that. But what you were saying before was completely different. I'm like, huh?
We got to get on that same plane.
what?
Hey, we got to get Hey, I understand. Sometimes I talk slow, I talk fast, and that's the reason why I talk slow.
I understood exactly
Because
what
my
you
mind be
said. I
moving.
heard your words. That ain't you said something completely different.
But like I
though.
said,
All right,
obviously, when the first set of words that I said did come across correctly. So for you to come in agreement with. So when I reiterated, slowed down, and repeated myself at a slower pace, and I thought of what I was saying more than just letting it out, you was able to relate with me.
He slowed it down like Chris Tucker. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
He didn't slow it down.
I had to slow it down here.
He said,
I slowed it down here, not here. I had to slow it down here.
So
Jelly, stop instigating.
So Deep Thought, why should people not compromise in relationships?
Compromise is surrender. Compromise is a fucking lie.
Really?
If you compromise, you lying.
No, what do you mean by lying? Like
You're lying.
lying to
You're
who?
compromising. You're not being who you are. You are taken away. For you to compromise, you have to give and take. Is that not what the basic is? Compromising.
Right.
Why does anybody got to give anything?
Because you're two people coming as one, right? You're two totally different individuals, so you have to learn to live with each other. And learning to live with somebody, you compromise at work. You compromise to be at work. You change yourself in certain ways. You change yourself in certain ways, bro. You compromise.
Yes, you do.
Every
Everybody
day.
does.
No, I don't compromise. I'm in agreement. I give them
agreement.
what they pay me to be.
So you're compromising. You're not being yourself.
I'm not compromising.
That's compromising.
I'm not compromising.
I mean, I just feel
But
like
in a relationship, it's a whole nother scenario because you're living as one. A job is your job is not part of you. You're not stroking a job.
So you should compromise even more. You should compromise even more at home.
And you should. If that's what you choose to do, then that's what you should do.
But you say you live a lie.
Me personally, it's a lie to me. I'm not going to compromise. Because if that woman is not going to accept me from day one the way I am, then there's no need for us to be together.
So question.
So, let me... I got to hit him on this one.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, let's go then.
If you don't compromise, that kind of says that you have nothing to work on.
What you mean?
You saying you're perfect?
All right,
you're good.
Yeah. So if somebody,
I never said I was imperfect.
I'm saying that you. I'm not saying that you are, but what we're saying is, willing to compromise, that means that even your flaws, you're not willing to change.
My flaws is for that woman that's not able to accept me and see me as a flaw. But there's women out there that don't see my actions as flaws. So I'm perfect for that woman. I may not be perfect for the woman that see me as flawed, but I'm definitely perfect for the woman that don't see me as a flaw. So
you believe in soulmates then?
No,
I told you.
Oh no!
You a soulmate,
no.
He don't believe in soulmates.
He
don't believe in soulmates.
Break soulmates down.
So then,
my man B more. So
then, what you talking about?
Let me lean back.
I believe in soulmates.
Oh, you do believe in soulmates?
I told you a soulmate.
No, he believes in them. It's his definition is different.
Okay, well, break it down for us. Break it down for the rest of us.
I'm a human being with a soul, and I'm a male.
Mm-hmm.
She's a human being with a soul. She's a female.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a soul. I have a soul. Fuck it, let's mate.
Okay. Okay. So he does believe in soulmates.
Man. That's his soul, man. That's his definition.
Okay.
He's sticking to it.
Okay.
I mean, that was basically what he was explaining to me when he was like, "This person either gets me or that person don't." I'm like, oh, why? Like,
yeah, I mean, like I said, there's no ring on my finger. There's no things that it may never happen because, I'm not saying that a lot of women agree with the way I think. I'm not saying a lot of men agree with what I think, but I still get my pussy.
I
still get my stroke.
Okay.
I have women that told me I ain't dealing with this, ain't dealing with that. I'm not going to share a man, but yet they do. We just don't talk about it.
Okay,
Sylvester.
Okay, so that the next topic is something else you said on Deep Thoughts. Men shouldn't try to fulfill a woman's needs.
Yeah, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yo.
Hey, if y'all want to hear all of it,
you gotta hear him. You gotta
page.
Now give him a little bit of why it's impossible
to
fulfill a woman's needs. Cause you
taste.
Most women can't even tell you what they want to fucking eat from day to day. How are you gonna fulfill their fucking needs? They don't even know their fucking needs. They're in the moment. You talking about living in the now? That's what women do. They live in the now.
Oh man.
You cannot fulfill a woman's needs. And you think you are? Hey, God bless you. If you think you are doing it, God bless you.
Man.
But look, I know better.
Okay.
They're no. They are very insatiable beings. It is impossible. It is impossible. And so, but if you want to go for it, hey, get it. You want to take it as a personal challenge? I salute you. But you won't see me out here. No.
So I'm gonna throw a topic out there for y'all. I think I talked to y'all about this earlier. I don't know if I talked to you about this, Troy, but it's a question. I'm gonna ask you, Troy, first.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm gonna ask you first. And can you make love without being in love?
What's the question again?
Can you make love without being in love?
I think most women can.
Most women can.
Most women can probably.
Okay.
I don't think most men can because we're just different like that, right?
Okay.
When we're performing that act, we're not thinking about love making. We think about just getting in and busting one. Most women probably will have that certain connection because you're basically inside of them, right? So their connection is probably a little more different than ours. So I think they probably will feel as they're in love during the lovemaking. If that even makes damn sense. I don't even know. I have no idea. I have no clue.
I don't even know, bro.
I don't even know.
Oh man. What's your thoughts, be more on that topic?
What's your thoughts?
I'll go last. Okay, I think you can.
Nah,
If you
yeah.
asking
What's
me,
your
no,
thoughts?
Go
no,
first.
I think you can. I think you can. I think love is an act, and I think anybody can act that out. And I think a lot of times it's an act. Love is an act, definitely.
Okay, let's dive into that. How is that an act?
Because it can actually be an action, you know. You're like you said, you beating it up. Like you certain guys not think about that, but if you're more passionate, if you're more into it, you're more emotional, and you making that connection, you can act that out. So
I get what you're saying.
it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. So
You're
I think that
basically
you
saying
can.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
it's the act of making love.
I think we turn B more, Jay Lee. I think we turn
Yeah,
B more.
it's the act. I mean, and I think a lot of
Turn
people
me.
they're not passionate. But listen,
Turn me from
listen.
I-
He hasn't,
I- I-
he hasn't spoken his mind yet.
Say no
So
like
basically, you're
Troy.
changing the word love into act.
Love is an act. I'm not changing the word.
No.
I'm not changing the word. No, I'm not changing the
You're
word.
Well,
saying
based on
making
your
love is
statement
an
that you're
act.
making right there, you are
Yeah.
changing the word to act rather than like you changing the definition of the word.
I'm changing the definition of the word.
Yeah, you just did. You made it an act.
I don't see how I'm changing the definition of it. I don't see it.
You just did it.
But that's your opinion though. But anyway,
There we go.
but
There we
listen,
go. See,
listen,
that's how you get around
listen,
stuff. That's
no,
how you get
listen,
around
listen.
stuff.
It's just like some people don't like to kiss when they making love. You know.
Good point.
And I think kissing is an important part of making love. If you're not
Intimacy.
if you're not being intimate with the woman, you're not really making love. You're having sex. You're smashing.
Exactly.
You're doing
That's
all
why I
this
get
stuff.
what you're saying.
So that's why I'm talking about the act.
Yeah.
Some people don't got that connection to
about
make
the
that
act.
passion.
We ain't taking out too many.
So help me understand this then. So it's the act of making love. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so it's not the act of being in love.
No.
When you
That's
do
why
it.
I said, can you make love without being in love? These are two different things. I'm not in love with her, but I'm making love to her.
It all depends
It's-
on what you think.
It all depends on how you're taking it. Me,
What you
Right.
think
I don't
it
see
is.
it that
Yeah.
way. Yeah, I don't see it that way. I understand the question, but I just don't see it.
And that's fine.
Exactly.
That's fine.
I'm with Reed.
That's
I'm with
fine.
Reed.
If you're not in love with the person, it's just sex. And
Yeah.
you know what? But listen, it's a lot of people out here
Yeah.
it's a lot of people out here just having sex, and they never had. You got a lot of women that ain't never had an orgasm before.
I feel sorry
So
for
so
them.
so, so
that.
it's like
True that.
it's certain
I
levels to
feel
this,
sorry.
man. It's certain levels to this, and some people will never get to that level. They'll never get to that level.
I feel sorry for them.
I'm sorry. I do believe a male can make love to a woman because I've done it.
How you
I'm
make
a
love
human
without
being.
love?
I'm a human being. No, I always love.
Just because you slow the strokes down don't mean that you
No.
you making
It's
love
not
like
just
that.
so the strokes down. Nah, we all
That don't mean
no.
that.
We all grown men. We here. We all three. Y'all three kings. Myself. We all understand. We all made love. We know the difference between fucking and stroking and making love.
Mhm.
But like I said, I've made love to a woman that's not mine. I mean, it can happen.
That's possible,
Because
but did you love her?
I have my. I love her. I mean, shit, I had to love her to a certain degree to make love to her. But I didn't love her.
That's what we saying.
But he wasn't in love with her.
I'm not in love with her.
He was not in love
But I'm
with
not
her.
in love
What
with
the heck
her.
is in love? What is that?
See,
Oh, here we go.
What is that?
here we go.
Back
But
another
see,
year and a
I
half.
can see why you're at on that, because you don't even believe in being in love. So
Yeah,
so you can't really even talk about this because you don't even believe in being in love, bro.
We're trying to get a square peg in the circle.
Mute my mic.
Square
Then.
peg in the
Mute my
But you know,
Oh, yes.
so be more. You never really actually said your thoughts fully. You saying that you can't? Is that what you're saying?
I did. How can you make love if you don't love them?
Okay.
I can make love without love.
Okay.
I don't think that's possible. I agree with Reed. You just having sex. Whether you slow it down, you're like, oh, this is passionate.
I think I was saying the same thing too.
Well, it depends on what's your definition of love. Everybody has a different definition of love.
No.
So, what is your definition of love?
Whose definition of love?
Yours. He talking about
Yours.
I mean, I don't have specific dictionary words right now to define love. I'm just saying, basically, you know when you love somebody. You know when you care about somebody to the point that you love them, right?
I agree with you.
That's it. So I'm like, how can you make love to somebody that you don't love? I don't really understand that, but you could say it's passionate. You could say, oh man, that was, I really felt that. Y'all was 1 and 2. Y'all could be all that, but that don't mean y'all was making love.
But when you're not, that's the whole thing. When you love yourself, you automatically love is there. It's already in existence. You're sharing your love with another human being, regardless of your gender or whatever the situation, your choices, your preference. You're sharing your love with a human being. If you love yourself, you automatically in love with them. You're showing love. You're giving love. You are making love to them. You are letting your love in yourself out. Now you don't do it to every female. There's some females you don't even want to know their name. You do what you gotta do. Hold
on. Nah, that ain't what you just explained just now.
Nah, yeah, I agree with that.
I'm saying.
Explain.
I know. I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you the difference. There are certain females that
How could you not
interact with that? There is some females that you do interact with that there's no emotion involved. None whatsoever. You don't even know who they are.
If what you just said is true and what you actually believe, then it don't matter who you with. You making love to them. From the example that you just gave.
No. Not anybody. No. You choose who you make love to. You choose who you make love to. But what I'm telling you,
hear what I'm hearing? Like, am I the only one just gonna sit here and let me?
You have.
I'm trying to understand my brother too. I'm trying to understand.
If you have the ability, if you love yourself totally, then anybody that you're interacting with, you have love for to a certain extent. But you have that ability to choose who you make love to and who you just go ahead and get your nut off. Because when you go get your nut off, you can either have them or you're just going to go watch a video and use your hand. They're the same equivalent.
To make love.
But then there's one that you sit there and you sit there because we have that, it's built into us. Because we all have flesh within us. And we have that desire to express and share our love. So we all have, as most people say, their main chick that we make love to. But, a lot of people don't want to admit to they have one main chick.
Deep thoughts. Reed said some woman hurt you bad. She talking trash, bro.
No, honestly speaking, there's no such thing as hurt.
Okay. Okay.
If a woman, as you say, a woman hurt me bad. No, a woman could have. Only thing that woman could have done is woke me up. There's no negative in my life, baby.
Okay.
It's all pleasure and joy. I'm learning. I'm rising. I went through child support. I went through homelessness. I went through shitting in buckets. I went through all kind of shit through life, repeatedly through my life. But yet I am still here. I'm still standing. I got 4 beautiful children that I know they love me. Why? Because I love them. I can't lose right now, baby. Ain't nobody hurt me. You can't hurt something that's blessed. I'm built of love. I'm created in God's image. God's image is love. You can't hurt love. Love is the answer to anything that you come up against. You add love to whatever problems you have, you will win. I guarantee you. Ain't nobody can't hurt nothing that's here.
It's all about love, bro.
It's love.
All about love.
It's love.
Okay. So, if y'all want to hear more deep thoughts, you got to tune into his page, because he will be putting up his thoughts.
Yo, is this gonna be a weekly thing, or how you plan on doing it? You
Right
gonna
now-
do one tonight? You gonna do one tonight live? Let's go, man.
He might
Let's
go live
go. I might have to
tonight.
stay up. I might have to stay up and watch that.
Yeah, you got me. Y'all got me all hyped.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? I love my I'm mad
You got your brown water. You got your brown water with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got the juices flowing. You know what I'm saying?
man.
I got my
You
apple
on the
juice. I got my
Oh,
apple
my
juice.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I might
man.
have to do it. It's a spontaneous.
Let's go,
I don't know
man.
yet. I haven't got the regiment. I know that the first night I did it straight off of emotion. And I was like, you know what? It's time. I'm going to do this. And I just did it. And like I said, I did it at the character of You Three Kings. Y'all gave me the motivation. And I was like, yo, I'm going to go ahead and just do it. I didn't know what was going to happen. I ain't had nothing sketched out, nothing written out. I wrote some things real quick on a notepad and I ran with it. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? When my days off, I'm good. I'm going to hit you all up. I'm going to go live. And tonight, I'm going to have to do that because y'all got me live right now.
Okay.
I'm hyped.
Can't wait to watch. Which I know you're gonna spend something off of what you talked about tonight. I know you're gonna spend something off.
You
'cause
know that.
You got some stuff on your mind.
You already know. Every episode I put up, is going to be every video that I should say. Every video I put up, I'm gonna put announcement to Smoke and Mirrors
Oh,
Uncut
appreciate you. Appreciate
every
you.
time. Every time.
Appreciate
Definitely.
it, brother. I mean,
But,
look,
yeah.
you've been on our show. It's probably you and Miss J are probably the two that have been on our show the most.
Yeah.
So you guys are in competition, but we always appreciate you and whoever else come on our show, man, and just talk and chop it up with us, man. But you've been one of the guys that came on and helped support us with everyone else too. So we appreciate you too, brother.
I gotta get her back on too. I gotta get her back on. I'm gonna have to hit her up.
Yeah, she
See what
ducking
she
and
doing.
diving.
Yeah.
Calling you out. If you watch this, I'm calling you out.
Pull that card. Pull that
Her
card.
and money. Where you at, money?
But it's been real, fellas.
Sure.
As always, appreciate
Definitely. As
you,
always.
deep thought for coming through.
Yeah,
and
man.
blessing us with his presence.
Yeah, man.
And
Hey, man.
it's all love.
Before you jump off, man, let's get Deep Thought to give us a final thought. How about that? Let's go. Let's go, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Put him on the spot. Put him on the spot.
Final thought is this: it's all about my universe, all about my essence, all about me. Love. You run into a problem, your answer is love.
Yeah.
If you got an argument with your baby girl, it's love. You got a disagreement with your children, it's love. You got a disagreement about your job, co-workers, and it's love. But you got to realize it's not love for them, it's love for you.
Love yourself.
Love yourself, right?
Love yourself.
Love
first.
yourself.
Definitely.
You love yourself. Love will permeate through everything that you do,
Oh my
everything
God.
that exists.
Facts. You love yourself. People love you more. Like,
Yes.
they want some of that love. You know?
Yes.
They want
Some of that brother love.
It just oozes off of you.
For sure. For sure.
But
Right,
love,
definitely.
that's the main thing. Love. This everything going on in this world right now. Don't focus on this shit. This is nothing but distractions.
Yeah.
Focus on that love. Because there's a lot of us that love. Right here, these 4 fellas right here, these 3 kings, myself, this is love. We sharing love with you. We're not trying to sell negative news. It's news that exists, but we still showing you love. We interacting. We got different views on everything that we talked about tonight. But yet, it's
Still
love.
love each other. Yeah.
This is love.
I argue with B-more at least once a day, you know? But still love him.
That's because you always be like, brown rice tastes better than white rice. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. For sure.
Nice.
Definitely. And we also got to learn to tell each other we love each other more. I told my wife the other day, she only told me she loved me after sex. Like, we got to talk about that. Like, she got to say love me more. You know?
Love.
Love. You know?
Love. You don't understand how powerful that emotion is.
The word love is strong. The word love is strong. You know?
Yes.
Emotions make you lie sometimes.
For sure.
Who was that? H-Town, right?
But that's emotions. They ain't love.
They said cry. They said lie.
Was it
Cry.
lie? Cry?
I don't know.
Cry.
Either or. That was still emotion.
I could be wrong. Look, y'all the
it was
dudes
cry,
that know, not
though.
me. So
It was cry. It was
You know
cry.
you know it.
Hey, yo, speaking of H-Town, Jay Lee, when you ready to get this butt whooping, man?
oh man, yeah, I knew it was.
Before we get off, I know we had our final thought with Mr. Deep Thought. When you ready to get your butt whooped again?
I'm ready. The funny part is you say that. I already have my list pretty much completed.
Yeah, you need to. You need it. You need that.
No.
You
It's
need that.
already pretty much completed.
Nah,
so-
but you need that. You need that. You
What you
need
mean
a
I
lot
need
of help. Because
I
you
don't
need a
need
lot
no
of
help.
preparation.
I don't-
A lot
listen.
of preparation before you see me again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I hear
You
you.
need
I hear you.
months in advance before you see me again. But
Let's get it done. Let's get it
We'll
done.
figure
It's
it
been a
out.
long time coming.
Figure it out. Don King, we're gonna figure it out, all right? Don King,
Yeah,
aka
yeah.
B More, we'll get it done, all right?
Yeah,
We'll sign the contract, we'll get it done.
For sure. Put it out there.
I mean,
And just make sure you be there. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact.
Oh, yeah. But other than that, it's been real, fellas.
Yes.
Thanks
Yeah.
for everybody tuning in. And we will catch y'all later.
Doses.